Welcome back. Minibus drivers are questioning how the public transportation sector will be impacted by the new adjustments to COVID-19 protocols. The drivers are calling on local authorities to release an updated outline of the public transportation protocols in anticipation of July 10.
During the Prime Minister's July 6 update to the nation, a further ease of social restrictions was announced, allowing the resumption of more social activities with updated protocols come July 10th. Minibus drivers are now seeking an update on the public transport sector, as no direct announcement was made in relation to minibus operations.
About the country opening on the 10th, but we didn't hear anything about 15 passengers. So we would like to know if we can carry 15 passengers from the 10th of July. That'd be appreciated.
And I mean, it's every time it's only one president or grossly president. That's the only two heads I keep hearing concern about that. Like the other presidents are not hearing like it's not affecting them. And I could tell you it's affecting us on the Latox stand. Imagine you carrying 10 passengers or 9 passengers at $1.50 per person. That's $15 you're doing. You probably do 8 trips. Multiply that. That's like you live in your home to come here and make $80. You buy a plate of food, you do something that have no benefit in, but I mean, at the end of the day, you have to do it. You understand? But I think if they open up everything, let's just see what happens. I know it will not move the way it used to, but I think it might be a little better. You know?
The drivers are calling on local authorities to release an updated outline of public transport protocols to reflect the resumption of social activities. An announcement made by Southern Minibus Association President Philip Jean-Baptiste in a previous interview, stating that the association will stage a sick-out unless protocols are updated within the coming days, is still withstanding.
If the government cannot address this and the Ministry of Health by this week, I'm afraid to tell them that the 2H will fall sick. The 2H will be sick. And will be sick mentally, physically, and we will be sick. So they better prepare for 2H to be sick if they cannot address that. We need 15 passengers.
Transport protocols currently allow minibus drivers to carry 10 passengers from the bus stand, with some routes allowing leeway to slightly exceed this amount if a group of persons originating from the same locality is intercepted along the route. Jacques Wooding, Hot 7 News.
St. Lucia has taken a great leap forward in the fight against COVID-19 following the donation of ventilators to treat COVID-19 patients. Fennell Neptune tells us more.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness recently received the generous donation of ventilators from English businessman Roger Myers. The donation of ventilators is expected to provide St. Lucia with the flexibility in treating patients affected by COVID-19. Roger Myers applauded the government of St. Lucia for the work undertaken to battle COVID-19 on island and says he is pleased to play a significant part in this effort.
We purchased these units from a company called Avante in Kentucky, and I've never tried to buy anything before that everybody else in the world was trying to buy. And it was so difficult because I purchased 11 and the people at Avante donated a further unit, a portable one that may be, I suppose, useful in emergencies. I think it's about the 12 doubles the capacity on the island. I'm not sure about that, but that's what I've been told. And my real prayer is that this is a complete waste of money and that they're never needed.
Minister for Health, Senator the Honorable Mary Isaac, commended Roger Myers on his efforts to provide such valuable contribution towards St. Lucia's response to COVID-19.
It is quite a sacrifice, and it is an immense gift to us, the people of St. Lucia, that Mr. Myers is making here this morning. And of course, you see, he even got a little emotional saying that he hoped that we never have to use these machines. These machines cost, when you're looking at the shipping as well, in excess of 25,000, is it US dollars? US dollars. And we are getting 12 of these machines.
Consultant anesthesiologist Dr. Becky Jean-Baptiste expressed heartfelt gratitude for the ventilators and says it will go a long way in saving the lives of patients.
I would like to thank Mr. Roger Myers on behalf of the Department of Anesthesia and Intensive Care for this gallant and timely gesture. As we all know from the plethora of reports and news articles, mechanical ventilators are an integral component in the management of patients with acute respiratory distress syndrome from severe COVID-19 disease. While we pray that no citizen will be diagnosed with this condition, these ventilators will now be added to our arsenal as COVID-19 remains a threat to us all. Thank you very much.
The Ministry of Health will receive a total of 12 ventilators to be utilized in the intensive care units. Reporting from the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, I am Fennel Neptune.
Communications Officer for the St. Lucia Labour Party, Mondi Lewis, has indicated that the full list of candidates who will be contesting the next general election will be made available to the public soon. More in this report.
While elections are constitutionally due in 2021, both political parties in St. Lucia have actively begun campaigning. Members of the public are anxiously waiting to find out who the slate of candidates are for the upcoming elections. Communications Officer for the St. Lucia Labour Party, Mondi Lewis, noted that the candidate selection process is near completion and the media and the public will be receiving an update soon.
I know everyone is very anxious about the process and about the candidates who will be selected. And for me and the party, it really shows a sign of confidence from the people of St. Lucia and our party supporters. We will have the names listed for you guys very soon, and I do mean very soon. So again, we're just asking everyone to continue the excitement, continue discussing the issues. Our candidates, once they're all selected, again, the public will be the first to know. The media, we will engage you. So look out for that by the beginning of next week. And I assure you that we will have that for St. Lucians.
Lewis explained that the 2021 candidates will be a diverse cohort, a lineup, she says, that will definitely be worth the wait.
It's going to be a mix. St. Lucia Labour Party has, and which some persons have criticized the process. It's been too lengthy, but again, we want to give St. Lucians the best option. Our candidate selection is no easy process, and everyone goes through a rigorous set of interviews. So we hope to bring a good balance to our team. We have our existing 6 parliamentarians. We already have named, I believe, 5 other candidates, and we have 6 to go. So I'm very excited to what I believe may be a very good mix for the party and for the country.
Lewis says the St. Lucia Labour Party has a track record of embracing female candidates with the likes of Emma Hippolyte, Alvina Reynolds, Menisa Rambali, and even Sarah Flood-Bobre. She says the contribution of women and youth are fully respected and appreciated by the party. At this stage, she says, the party is poised for success at the polls. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
In a previous interview with Hot 7 TV News, Prime Minister Alan Chastanet indicated that preparation had already begun to repatriate a group of nationals who had been left stranded in neighboring islands since the demise of Liat. Adding his voice to the matter is Tourism Minister Dominic Fedee, who shed some light on the process that will be undertaken.
Tourism Minister Dominic Fedee says the repatriation of St. Lucians who have been left stranded following the liquidation of regional air carrier Liat is an ongoing process. Fedee says various avenues are available to the government to facilitate this process, and it is simply a matter of selecting the safest and most efficient mode of transport for the group in question. He noted that the government has been very successful in previous repatriation efforts.
We've been working with various airlines I think we've repatriated so far over 500 of our cruise ship passengers that have come in. In fact, we've just let another batch out of quarantine, and we have also gotten a few charter flights in for students and individuals who've been left abroad. So it's a continuing process, and there are other means available to the government, and we have worked on a charter flight with Liat recently when the Bahamas government required a private charter situation across from Barbados.
The minister explains that when people are being repatriated, consideration must be given to the capacity of local quarantine facilities. He noted that a hefty bill has already been accumulated for the maintenance of quarantine centers.
You also have to consider the quarantine space, and we have over 350 rooms every 2 weeks in quarantine. The bill so far is over $7 million to the government. So we're also limited in terms of the amount of individuals that we can take at any given time. But the Ministry of External Affairs continues to work assiduously with all airlines and all partners to try and get our nationals home from all over the world, so it's not just the Caribbean.
He says a decision is still pending with regards to a proposed charge quarantine model. The avenue of increased home quarantine is also being explored by the government in order to ease the strain on government-funded facilities. Jacka Wooding, Hot 7 News.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more coming up after the break.